Welcome to Spotlight Gulf Coast, a weekly showcase of people and events across South Mississippi. Sponsored by the IP Casino Resort and Spa, Mississippi Power Company, Gulf Sales and Supply, and Butch Osterlet Autoplex.
Hi everyone, this is Todd Trenchard, Executive Director of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi, welcoming you to another segment of Spotlight Gulf Coast right here on WXXV. Each week we're coming into your living room talking about what's going on all across South Mississippi, and we want to thank our sponsors for this generous opportunity. Today you are going to meet one of the iconic theater legends of the coast, Mr. David Delk. I was trying to think, how could I possibly add to just the superlatives. David, I've met a lot of people. I don't know that I've ever met anyone like you that is so passionate about the arts, that does so much quietly behind the scenes. You need to turn this into a moneymaker and you could fly off to Rome.
I would like that, but no money is ever involved, really.
Well, it has been such a joy over the last couple of years to get to know you. You've not only helped the foundation, but you've also been involved in so many good causes, and it's almost like one of those things, where have I been to miss this? And I remember the first time that Andy was talking about, who we needed to MC the show. And first off, thank you for what you bring to South Mississippi.
Well, I appreciate it. It's a love that I love doing, and I get to meet some great people, help some great organization, and my ego gets very well applauded. So that's great.
Well, you're very good at what you do. You're very talented. And again, you've helped our cause by exposing us to the arts and how we can help. And we're going to get to all that. But I want to find out first, how did you know, have you known this your whole life? This is what you wanted to do. You're living the dream.
You mean the arts and performing?
Right.
No, absolutely not. I was so shy growing up. It was painfully shy. And even in high school, I was in the band. Mm-hmm. I remember in high school, my senior year, I won Best Citizen Award because I was the one that would clean, help the teachers out. So they were giving the awards away, and I was so shy. I was outside the door with my ear listening for my name being called. I just couldn't go up on stage. And then 2 years later, I met some friends and we decided to audition for the show. And I had something written in my hand. I was singing in church at the time and a youth ministry thing. And all of a sudden I was on the stage at Gulfport Little Theater. And ever since then, I just can't stop. It's just so much fun. And
you've gotten to see a lot of, causes, meet a lot of people. I've been privileged to be able to not only go see, but help present a couple things. And again, we'll talk about that, but it's also brought you to different geographical areas of the coast. I mean, the arts is not something that's exclusive to Gulfport, Biloxi, Ocean Springs. I know you've done things pretty much everywhere.
Everywhere. I've been so fortunate that me and my friends that perform, we have this talent, so we love to give that talent out to the public to raise funds for a nonprofit. We enjoy performing across the board. We love it. So we've gone to New Orleans to do this. We've done Hattiesburg, Mobile. I've been in Ocala, Florida, performing with a symphony orchestra, helping out the arts. I don't get paid really for anything. It's just fun. I just really enjoy it. Now,
of course, you had a day job, and I found out years later that that ABC that you see everywhere, and that is your family.
It's a day job, and it gets in the way of my hobby. So but you have to deal with it. But I love it. It pays the bills. I really enjoy it. Some great people I work with.
Well, y'all do a great service for a lot of groups. Now, I think that. Of course, I'll think of Center Stage just because of some of the performances that I've seen. Tell us about that, because I was not familiar, until I really went and saw it, but y'all have a board of directors and
Sure. Center Stage is coming up, I think, on their 35th season, or is it 45th season? I think 45th. They started in the late 70s. And let me tell you, there's so many theaters on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, from Bay St. Louis all the way to Gaucher, local community theaters, and Center Stage is one of those. We're located in Biloxi. But the thing about Center Stage is probably the closest thing I'll ever get to being professional. They all have boards of directors, but for some reason, Center Stage, they just make you a better theater. Now, I've worked with many places, and I'm not knocking them down, but if you mess up, if you don't learn your lines, if you're not at rehearsal on time, and all this is volunteer, we do not get paid for this.
Right.
They really come down hard on you because they want the best show possible, and I really appreciate that. And we just did a show last month. It was an Andrew Lloyd Webber musical fundraiser at Center Stage. I was in it. Some dear friends and talented people were in the show. We were sold out. We made some great money for Center Stage so they can keep going on. But, you know, and anybody can come audition.
Right.
They can come work in the lobby. They can volunteer handing out programs, selling the concessions, putting stamps on envelopes and stuff. It's all nonprofit. It's a really good place.
It's a really good place. And, you know, I've been able to expose some of my board of directors, staff, to come over and see what y'all do. And again, we've just been blown away. I was sitting there the other night. I was in the hallway there, and here comes George Slogel over. Hey, thank you for supporting the arts. And I had no idea that, you know, George was that, you know, involved.
Sure.
But, you know, known him for a lot of years, you know, in a business capacity. And I started looking around the room. You start seeing people that you know, and it's almost like a quiet segment, but it really is. We left the theater like, now that was a great evening.
It was a fun evening. You know, it was about 2 hours long. You're out by 9:30 at night. There's concession, adult beverages if you want that. You meet some great people. It's great. And we do like 5 or 6 shows a season, a whole year.
Right.
And we try to bring things that are very popular that people want to come see, not really odd things. So we've done some really, really good shows this past season. And our next season is really going to be a lot of fun too.
And we'll be supporting that, and
Thank
we're
you.
very excited about doing that. But I know on the next segment, I want to talk a little bit more about Center Stage and some of the things. I want to talk about some of the people that you have, because we do have some great talent here on the coast. You know, a lot of times we just take for granted that, you know, it has to be LA or New York, or no, it's right here in your backyard. And some of the most familiar people that you know, actually, they may be on television or they may be in some other, you know, like you call it a day job.
A day job, yes.
But are very, very talented. So I certainly want to talk about that. The next show, I think we just got about a minute, is what coming up?
Well, we're opening our season with Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay.
It was a very popular show back in the 80s and 90s. It was a movie. It was on Broadway, off Broadway right now, but auditions are this weekend, and we can talk about that because we're looking for some really good people.
Right.
But it's coming up in October. Little Shop of Horrors starts
And
it off.
anybody can come out and audition.
Anybody, open auditions.
You can be discovered.
You could be discovered. You could be discovered.
I don't think
You.
so, but I do know some people that have done that and have been discovered.
Sure.
So we're going to take a short commercial break. We're talking with David Delk. We're talking about the arts, and it is one of the things that the Baco Foundation South Mississippi loves to support are the arts here in South Mississippi. Don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We're now joined by Amanda Ray. And Amanda, I see we didn't scare you off last time with that little impromptu. You take it. You handle
Definitely
it like
not.
a champ.
I'm back for more. I'm so excited to be here today with the one and only fabulous David Delk.
Well.
It's so exciting to have him as a guest. He's so creative and talented.
All right already.
Keep
So
it coming.
keep it coming. We're
As
really
people
excited
are
to
turning
have
off
him
the
here.
TV. I'm just glad to be here. Baco McCarty is a wonderful organization, and they actually started partnering with Center Stage this past year.
Yeah.
And I wrote a show called the Boogie Woogie Radio Show. I wrote the show. It's a musical thing, and they came aboard, and we got sold out every performance, extended.
Yeah.
It was so much fun, and we appreciate that. The
I
arts,
think,
you know.
I think it was, you know, right at the end of COVID, a lot of people wanted to get out, and it really was a great run. And I was, you know, just so impressed with how much y'all promoted us. I was like, well, usually I'm used to writing a check, and that's, you know, sometimes the last time you hear something. Y'all really went out and see an opportunity, started bringing some board members there, started meeting some of your board of directors, and see how entrenched y'all are in the community. And it's really an impressive sort of thing that y'all have put together. And I believe that, you know, given the opportunity, is going to be helping us in a lot of more communities, not just here at Center Stage. And that, like you were saying, these are set up all over the coast, but maybe don't have that public support.
That's right, exactly. And what we really like about this partnership is that it's a nonprofit helping a nonprofit.
Right.
And then we're helping you back by promoting Baco, because a lot of people didn't know about Baco McCarty. You hear it all the time and they don't know exactly what your mission is.
Right.
And it was a nice gathering to do.
I know when we did the Jolly Kickoff, y'all came over and, we had all those nonprofits. Well, that's just our kickoff. So we're just, you can imagine, this thing is a pretty well-oiled machine. I met you a couple years ago, and of course, I say it was Andy, and we were talking about the fashion show. We're at Butch's house, and I remember it clear as day. We were all talking about it, and
Yes.
I was trying to feel out who you were and what you were doing in the room, but it was quickly obvious that you knew a little bit about it.
Yeah, and I knew who he was, but I was invited to be the MC for, I think it was 3 years ago or something. And
right.
It was a wonderful event at the IP Casino Resort. And then we came back last year and you invited that, what's his name? Oh, Jonathan Brannon.
That's
I think's his name.
Yeah, he's moved over to that Ingalls.
Yes, right. He's my nemesis. No, we worked very well, but we had so much fun last year.
Right.
I remember right before you were going through the script and I said, do you mind if we just veer off a little bit? And you said, sure. Well, we went crazy.
Well, and it made the event what it is. And everybody talked about that. You can take really any idea, and that's what it is, that little twist. And it made the people feel comfortable. They're nervous backstage. They're going to have to walk. And before you know it, one does one thing. Next thing, we got push-ups being done.
People dropping push-ups.
John Carter coming out, strutting his stuff. And,
it was amazing.
Yeah, it really turned out. We even had a wedding or a wedding proposal, I know.
Right there on the stage.
This thing's
How are you going to top that this year?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure that our MCs will come up with.
There you go. And, there's that pressure. Yeah.
Well, and it does. I've said that when you're putting on an event, you're the point person. You and Jonathan are what make it. There's going to be little glitches here and there, but the art is not to let everybody.
No, nobody will know. We know, and we'll just cover it up and laugh and have fun. Sing a song, maybe. We both sing. So
right.
It's going to be a fun event. I'm looking forward to working with that guy. What's his name? Oh, Jonathan Brannon.
Jonathan Brannon.
That's right. Yes.
And I think since then he's gotten a little bit more weight over there with that little ship place over there. And,
yes, he works at Ingalls now.
Yeah,
or something?
He does.
Yes.
They got him a jam up little team over there.
That's right.
Now,
tell us a little bit more about Center Stage, some of these upcoming events that you were talking about. We have Little Shop of Horrors and then Scrooge as well.
Yes, so the season's about to start. So we're starting it off with Little Shop of Horrors, which will be very successful. We're very happy about that. And then in the December area, we're going to be doing Scrooge, starring Anthony Calbert, who's another local person who does Scrooge beautifully. And we'll move on to 2 more different shows in the season. We have a special event with Kennedy Miazza, with the Belle of Amherst. We have children workshops, children theaters, a whole plethora, I love that word, of stuff going on, and not only does Baco McCarty help us, we have several sponsors throughout the season that do things for us, because we depend on donations, ticket sales, that kind of thing. That's how we survive. And we've been doing it, I think somebody said, 47 years ago or something like that? 45 years ago? I can't
Unbelievable.
remember.
Unbelievable. And I think you've learned, the key to that is to get your board involved, and your board is there. They're there doing things. They're all volunteering on the
all
nights.
Volunteers.
And we've started doing that with our board of directors. When you got a strong board, I mean, that can really, move some needles.
And one thing too is that we all understand that there's so much to do on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Unbelievable. And now there's this new Ferris wheel in Biloxi. I don't know if you've seen
Isn't
it.
that amazing?
At nighttime, it's incredible. So much to do. So we tried to fill in a niche with the arts, entertainment, something. You have to spend time. You got to park. You got to walk in. You got to buy a ticket. You have to see this wonderful show. And hopefully, when you walk out, you realize, great, this is all local people who have day jobs, but really are pretty good. We try to give you the best show possible. And again, there are lots of theaters on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So please go out and see a show.
I know that you do a lot for a lot of organizations, and sometimes it's hard to say no, but you're so overwhelmed by request. You almost you're hoping that next generation will step up, and start taking that, because you didn't get here overnight. You've been doing this a long time, and you get good after doing it for a long time.
Yeah, we kind of know years ago we'd have to, meet with them, like every other week or something, make sure we got it right. But now we pretty much, as if we're in the MC and master ceremonies, we show up like an hour before, and we know exactly what to do. We get a feel of it. We want to make sure the audience has a great time.
Right.
We're the kind of the glue that puts together the fashion show and the speakers. And
I was amazed at how quickly y'all were able to do that. I was like, we're done. It's like 2 o'clock. I'm finished right here tonight.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. And sometimes it can be a madhouse, especially when you've got models that come out and drop to your knees and drop to their knees, doing push-ups. What do you say? You just kind of add
Mickey and Rachel D'Angelo. Remember it clear as day. I mean, just and having fun with it and seeing the faces of the people in the crowd. And that's what I like. And these are fundraisers. These are fundraisers that are raising a lot of money, having fun, promoting retail businesses with community people. I mean, how can you get any better than that when it's a win-win-win and a great night out? So we're going to talk a little bit more about Renaissance Runway because, again, when it was first presented to me, I said, this will never work. Shut up. Go get back over there and figure something out. And look what it's become. I think you could probably take any idea if you do it well, if it's for a good cause, and refine it. We're going to get there. We're going to take a short commercial break. We're talking with David Delk and, of course, Amanda Ray. We're going to come back and talk about Renaissance at Runway. So don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, and we're talking with David Delk. We have Amanda Ray here, and David, one of the things that you reminded me a while back, the first time I remember seeing you was in the Coast Big Band, and what a great performance. I remember seeing Karen up there because I knew Karen's face from TV, and y'all were playing almost like a swing band or something. What a great, I guess, thing to put on. Where does that stand, and how can we bring that back even more?
Well, actually, we just had a concert Friday night.
So you're back up?
So we're backed up. It's a 25, 30-year-old band that's been around, and people keep coming, going. What's nice about this is that the 25-piece band, most of them are rocket scientists, band teachers, attorneys, that they didn't make it or didn't want to make it in the music industry.
Right.
So we have this band that plays things from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, all the way up to current day stuff. Jonathan Brannon is part of that band and some other people. And, it's just fun. I'm just so fortunate that I'm able to go and sing with that band. I sing more of the Frank Sinatra, Bublé, Dean Martin kind of music. It's just wonderful and fun to be in front of that band, all dressed up, singing to a crowd of people dancing around you. Oh, it's just incredible. So we have several events in the past that we've done. Most recently, I said Friday night. And then coming up in November, we have the Senior Prom, which is for 55 and older at the IP Casino Resort. They do it every year, and I think they have like over 1,000 people show up. It's great.
So you and I can qualify for the senior. You don't yet?
I can. I am not over 55 yet. I don't know what you're saying.
Well,
I just look bad. Yeah.
Amanda, we certainly, I guess, introducing you a lot with Renaissance Runway, and you're learning from one of the masters here. And it's got to be sort of surreal to be able to soak all this up.
It is. It is. I'm so excited, though. I mean, we literally just met about Renaissance before we came on the show, and I'm just really excited to experience this year and have David come back as the MC and Jonathan. I'm super excited about the excitement, the talent that we're going to have. I know it's going to be full of energy. It's just going to be a great event.
That's a good word, energy.
Energy.
Right.
That's what I think.
Because you have how many models? 82. I
82.
think? 82
Yeah.
Unless we've
models.
Well, that was
another-
when we left this morning.
There's
It could be
probably a few
90.
more.
Yeah, really. 82 people. You have clothes. You've got people in the back putting them together. You have hair people.
We have Graham Ray playing the
Yes,
violin.
absolutely.
We have Tasha McGinn, DJ Shimmer.
Unbelievable.
It's going to be a fabulous
Then you have
event.
your lighting people, your sound people, the decor people, the silent auction.
Food, everything.
And,
a lot of moving parts.
Yes, that is a lot of energy there.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be fun energy,
Yes.
and we want people to have a great time,
Mm-hmm.
leave, and come back. Want to come back next year. I mean, it's a win-win situation, like you said.
And
I
we may
think
even
that-
have you sing this year.
Oh yeah,
Again,
Jonathan
you
and I
Jonathan,
may sing a song.
We
or two.
twist your arm. Yeah.
Well, what's nice that you have their money in the audience and they can't leave. You can give them whatever, so we might sing to them. Sure.
I think it's amazing that here in South Mississippi, you know, I've had a whole career of this, getting a chance to go see all these different things. We've got some incredible talent, some incredible ideas that people come up with. You talk about the CEO talent contest. I mean, I remember sitting there and seeing, you know, was it Brent War singing? I was like, what is this? Who would have thought the mayor of Gulfport could sing like he sang? Or,
Exactly.
you know, Wendy Sweatman being the MC and being the clown that he was, or the head of the Red Salvation Army, you know, being the cable guy. But these are just great ideas. And this is a very unique community that we have here. You've got to feel blessed that you're able to be exposed to all
Oh
of
my
it.
gosh, it's incredible. I mean, literally every weekend you can go see something, you can go support the arts. The symphony, Gulf Coast Symphony, there is so much arts on the coast,
Right.
museums, you know, and they're all looking for that good old American dollar so they can keep on, you know, keep on doing what they do, you know. And then of course, we just have so many things at the casinos, the resorts that you go
Right.
see, the entertainment. We live in a great place.
Incredible
You
place.
know?
And I have to give a shout out. When I think about all this, I think of Elaine Stevens, because Elaine was one of those that just came up. She had me, I actually conducted the symphony one time.
Now, let me tell
So
you,
that was like,
my very first show back in 1980, Elaine Stevens was the star of that show.
wow.
I had one line, "Your car is ready." That was my line, 1980.
Well, she was something else. And I always look back at my career
lady.
and think of her, you know, and she just, you know, she's been a champion to so many people like you have.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're all called to do, is that, you know, once you've, I guess, arrived, pass it on to the next generation. And that's how I almost look at you and Jonathan. You're sort of bringing him along. And I
Yep.
mean, what talent. I mean, and there's probably somebody watching y'all that's in their 20s. Well, I could do that. And
Sure, absolutely. And they need to, you know.
well, and they will. Now, Renaissance Runway, we've got, what, about a month?
About a month.
And we've announced that it's sold out.
Sold out event. Full
now-
effect.
And
We're ready.
I always like to say, though, for the right amount of money, I can be bribed to put in one more
Sure,
day.
of course.
Well, no, we usually don't have to run into that problem. But, you know, this is going to be a big event. We're looking at 500-600 people, you know, moved it to a new venue. It's a little bit different because it's not used to the casino having done everything, but you have assured me that it's all taken care of. And
Yes,
I
we
know-
have assured
Yes.
him.
That's
Yes,
right.
we have
And
assured
we have
you.
the team.
We're
Yes.
so lucky to have such a hands-on board. We say that all the time. Our board is the
That's
best.
great.
They're going to be there hands-on. The Duchess Club of Ocean Springs will be there. I've managed to pull my husband in and a few of his co-workers there. So we definitely have the volunteers, the manpower to pull this off, and it's going to be the event of the year.
Yeah, and when you're supporting 15, 16 nonprofits, you're selling raffle tickets for scholarships. I
Right.
mean, this really is turning into just something that is very unique. And like I said, David, I can't thank you enough, because again, you can only walk out so many times. It's time to take this, and maybe this year you'll come up with something about halfway through. Who knows?
Who knows what's going to happen?
Backwards.
It's not
maybe
planned.
the
It
moonwalk.
just it never. That's an idea. A moonwalk.
Amanda, if somebody wanted more information, they're going to contact Terry at the office.
They can call the office. They can go to our website or Facebook page. We will contact them. They can get more information about the event. It is sold out, but there's other ways you can support. Silent auction is in full effect.
Right.
We're still collecting items for that, as well as our raffle tickets. We've got a great raffle going on right now. So definitely just go to our website, call the office, and we would be more than happy to get you guys involved in any way.
I think what's so unique about our organization is that I don't promote just Baker McCarty. I promote giving somewhere. Doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
Pick what you like, and let's get back to that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Amanda.
Thanks.
We appreciate everybody's support of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi. Until next time, this is Todd Trenchard saying so long, and may God bless.